Hi there, this is David, and welcome to my full review of Chained Echoes, to be released physically as well as digitally for the Switch, PS4, Xbox, and PC. Before we begin, I would like to thank Matthias Linda for an early review copy of the game. Previously, I reviewed the demo, which covered the first hour or two of the game, and it introduces you to the main characters, the basics of the story, the battle system, and the world at large. And I will say this, I am glad to see that some changes were instituted. Most notably, the cursing has been toned down. However, it's not fully absent, and unfortunately, the demo save data does not carry over into the full game. The story takes place on a land split between three empires who've been at war for hundreds of years, and have just now in the past year reached a tentative peace. But that peace seems to be threatened as the people, who were born, bred, and steeped in war for centuries, don't really know how to live without it. So now, people in high places are plotting and scheming to reignite that war, and it's up to you and your crew to put a stop to it. While mainly focusing on the 6 characters introduced in the demo, more will slowly join up as you travel, and after destroying the grimoire and having its pieces scattered all throughout the world, your hero Glenn now hears premonitions, giving him insights and warnings for telling future events, and it seems as if the planet itself is out to get him, seeing as he defied fate and death in the explosion that took everybody else's life. Nature is now out of balance because death took a holiday, so now it's out to right those wrongs and get him. The graphics are absolutely breathtaking. This is what I love. Every dungeon, area, and town is lovingly crafted, and the maps are absolutely massive, filled with secret caves, hidden super bosses, treasures and collectibles, as well as quest givers and a smattering of villages so perfectly integrated it reminded me of the maps found in Poplar Croix and Earthbound, with tons of charm and filled to the brim with all sorts of people from all different walks of life. The inhabitants gave me Breath of Fire vibes, because while humans ruled the roost, different animal-inspired humanoids were all over the place as well. Thankfully, a fast travel system is implemented, so backtracking is completely minimalized here. Many times as you're exploring the whimsical areas, your party will engage in small talk, just kind of chit-chatting about the area that you're going through. This is a really nice touch that wasn't in a lot of other retro games, but it is something that I do love in the more modern RPGs that I do play, such as the Tales series. The battle system is strictly turn-based, with all your HP and TP fully restored after each battle. So you'd better go all out, since they can last quite some time and they do all veer on the harder side. All elemental strengths and weaknesses, as well as their steals, are shown for each enemy, so there's no guessing games going on here. There's also a turn order gauge displayed on the screen letting you know who goes next, but the real crux of the battle system is the overdrive. Each battle, you begin at the bottom of the overdrive gauge, and as you take actions, it will slowly progress from yellow to green. And whenever you hit green and you enter overdrive, your skills will cost half as much TP, and you'll also take half as much damage. So you really need to balance out your skills to stay inside the green area. Every time you attack, or you are attacked, the overdrive gauge will go up, but if you defend or use certain skills, it'll go down. So it is a precarious balancing act trying to remain in the green, because if you go over into the red zone, you're in danger, girl, because they'll get a chance to hit your party with a massively powerful attack. After your party assembles all together, the battle systems opens up even more, because now you're able to use up to 8 characters in battle at once. 4 in the main party, and 4 in the reserve. Each of those characters are linked to one another, and you can switch them out as the situation requires without using up a turn. This is useful if you need a specific ability to activate the overdrive, somebody else to hit the weakness, or use a buff, or just do some healing. I'm also happy to say that the characters that you meet in the demo are not the only characters that will join. More and more will trickle in, each with their own niches to explore. There is also a robust class system, where you can equip a class emblem, adding stat modifications as well as new abilities. And as you gain more SP and you master those abilities, they will come sticked to you, so you can keep them equipped permanently without the need of a class emblem. Now, let's take a minute to talk about leveling, experience, and how you gain skills, because it's not in the normal way. In fact, you don't gain experience from battles at all, only gold, items, and SP, and the SP is then used to power up your skills. The only way that you actually earn stats is by killing bosses and then earning star levels, like in Chrono Cross. You can use those star levels to gain new skills, abilities, passives, or stats, and the more skills you earn, the more new skills you unlock. Because you can't just grind, it really does force you to instead focus on strategy, and also going out of your way to find all the hidden equipment scattered about, unlock the deals, imbue crystals, and utilize the bonus board. And let's talk about those systems now. First, the bonus board. Basically, this is a large grid of quests and objectives that you're rewarded for completing. Most of them you'll just kind of complete as you progress through the game, but others will take some exploration and gumption to complete. You'll get rewards for fighting certain numbers of specific enemies, finding all the treasures in a zone, beating up super bosses, finding hidden caves or treasures, or any other number of different achievements. Then, after you find the blacksmith, you'll be able to combine and imbue crystals into your weapons and armor, allowing you to gain extra passives, such as attack or defense up, or extra damage to certain monster classes. The system kind of reminded me of that of Arc-Rise Fantasia, though I do wish that you can kind of just do it in the menu and switch it on the fly as the need arises, instead of having to wait till you're at the blacksmith. Another cool system are deals, where monsters will drop specific loot, and when you sell that loot in the shop, you're going to unlock those deals, and they'll allow you to buy special items or unique equipment that you wouldn't otherwise be able to purchase. All these little things really do add up to create an overall amazing experience, but let's get into some negatives now. Similar to Chrono Cross, without a true, full experience system in place, many of the standard battles felt lackluster and purposeless. I mean, yeah, you got SP, and it did help to fill out the bonus board, but really, it just kind of felt pointless, and many times I never truly felt all that much stronger than I did at the beginning of the game. I personally really need that little boost of experience and leveling to make going through all these long battles feel worthwhile. And believe me, as you get further along in the game, the battles will tend to draw out. The enemies will be getting much stronger, while conversely, you don't really feel all that much stronger in comparison. Especially if you happen to miss a crucial chest with a nice piece of equipment, or God forbid, you miss a class statue. Implementing either difficulty modes, a shop system that sold the latest and greatest stuff rather than things that you found in a chest like 2 areas ago, or a real experience system would help make things so much more smooth, because some of the endgame random battles, those guys just became HP sponges and it just dragged. That all being said though, Chained Echoes is easily one of the best games that I've played in quite a bit of time, and it's easily one of the best retro experiences I've had in many years. In my demo review, I compared this to Chrono Trigger, but now I have to say that it's actually much more comparable to Final Fantasy VI, with that World of Ruin explosion towards the beginning, a banquet scene complete with questions, an Ultros fight on a raft, riding on a minecart while simultaneously fighting off a boss, and even a scenario split complete with having to escape a town South Figaro style. Each twist just kept putting a smile on my face and reminded me of the classic that I got on Christmas morning 30-something years ago in 1994. So, that's it for my review of Chained Echoes. How did you feel about the game? Let me know in the comments. And if you like this video and wanted to hear on the channel, please consider heading on over to Twitch for streaming fun, checking out Patreon for exclusive videos and early access to my content, or coming on over to my Discord to chat and hang out. The links to them all can be found in the video description. This has been David. If you like this, please like, comment, and subscribe, and have a good day.